What's up, everybody? Wager checking in with another Court Chat. Today, just last conversation was discussing, transitioning, moving into different schedules, environments, spaces in your mind frame, etc. So, y'all know, or maybe you don't, but I had kind of a falling off on my page. There was a lot of transitioning that I was going through in regards to scheduling with myself, my children, new people in the environment, just a lot of things going on. And then currently, like I said, my son is in school now, so we don't do the traveling to the city as much and hanging out how we used to. And I say that to say this. Yesterday, we stepped into the gym, right? Brought a couple friends with me. Sometimes I'll have anywhere from 2 to 6 children, maybe an adult or two. And yesterday, we just so happened to spend close to like an hour and a half here in the gym, just playing. We had pickleballs, we had a racquetball, we had a volleyball, and a couple of those big, not weight balls, but the big bubbly workout balls. And we played catch, we rolled the ball around, we ran around, we played volleyball. Some was individual play, some was big group play, some they split into individual teams, and there was a wide variety of ages between 10 and under. We did sharing. It's stuff that you would do like at PE, but it's an intimate play because, these are children. And you get to playing with your parent is something that is, I think, left out on the table too much, because some people's mindset is to give them things so that the parent can have time for themselves, i.e. tablet, sending them to go do other events absent you. My philosophy, my kids have always been with me. I enjoy hanging out with them, playing, hanging out. We used to walk to rest. We did all the stuff, and again, hanging out with everybody yesterday, spending that time. Oh my God! Side note: me and my son got into a little tiff, and bless his heart, this little boy, I love watching his mind work. It's one of the favorite things to do, watching him make little decisions, things like that. Anyway. He's on this kick. He's like, man, I'm hungry, I'm starving, you need to feed me. And I'm like, dude, we're making food right now. You're literally in the kitchen with me. You just have to wait. And he's like, I haven't eaten. I was like, homie, Dad didn't eat all day. The first thing I had was the piece of candy that you were kind enough to share and split with me. That was the first thing I ate today. And he just looked at me dumbfounded. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what did you have at school today? He's like, I had this, that, I had chicken nuggets, I had this and that. I'm like, yeah, I ate nothing. We gonna be all right, player. It's not a big deal. You know what I'm saying? And just to watch that, Wade wash over his face, listen to him process that. You know what I'm saying? He's like, why? I'm like, well, I was busy. You know what I mean? Plus, fortunately, I can stand to miss a meal or two. But anyway, that was just a good little thing. And he had a spat with me the other day about, he's like, kids are smarter than adults. And it's just, that kind of little debating stuff is fun. And I still bring up, when he had a spirit day and, his pajamas didn't match the vision in his mind, and he was like, Dad, you never do you never do anything right. And I'm like, whatever, like, find something, homie, like, make it work. I don't have what you're asking for, though. And like, man, little fun moments like that. But yeah, to get to play with everybody. We had a good time, almost an hour and a half. Then we had little treats. They had a little sense of entitlement because they're like, I want this, I want this, I want this. And I was like, bless y'all heart. I'm getting stuff for me. I'll probably share some of it with some of you, but like, chill out. Like, that's not what this is. You know, so like, having that play, and then we came home, he got to have a little bit more of a snack, and then like, you just watch him wind down. You watch his little engine run down. He like, he won't say it, but he'll just come like dig himself into a corner next to me, and like he's tired. And it's like, to get to play and like wear a little dude out and like have him, I love that. I love sharing that moment with my kids. Like, again, we go on long walks. Like, the school is kind of like across town. And I will walk to go get him, and he'll walk back with me. And like, we've seen people drive around and like make it home by the time we're walking close to our house. And they ran errands and stuff, and like, so do we. But it's just all on the walk, you know. And like, that action versus sitting down driving, there's something that, well, I guess the activity of it is different. It's inherently different. And like, the value the appreciation that he shows for it just certifies or that like, we're moving in the right direction together. It's not really a convincing thing. And like, this is I guess the salient point, because I'm hearing this issue about like how expensive it is to raise kids, and I'm like, it's really not. Like, I've raised my kids, I've helped raise others, like it's really not. I don't understand. I can see the concept of it for things that you might want to do, but those things that you might want to do or get done for them, they might not even want to do that. Again, like, this whole notion of cribs and like that kind, like, I've never had a crib. Well, like, I bought one for the first one, but like, she didn't even use it. She slept next to me, or like in a bonnet right next to the bed. Like, they don't even use that stuff. And it's rare for people to keep the convertible crib that changes to a bed. The swing chair and the little bouncy thing, that was like important to have. But like, as soon as they could walk, Ninja, we're doing this. I remember watching my daughter, like, I'll never forget when she first rolled over. And like, that was the game now. That was the game. Every time she would roll over, I'd be right there and I'd roll her little body back over so she could keep doing it and built strength. And like, bless her tiny little 8-pound, 6-ounce baby Jesus heart, she has a big, beautiful brain. And like, she had to learn to support that. And like, she developed so incredibly fast. I love the way her mind works is impressive, but it's also scary, because some of the arguments she makes to me is like, in the words of Rick and Morty, I've seen some of the stuff that you champion, homie. Like, I'm not, you know what I mean? We're not about to stand on business with this, but bless your heart, feel free to exercise your mindset, I guess. You know, and like, she's growing into her own. I'm glad that she sent me, again, a lovely like Thanksgiving thing, and like, I'm glad that she values this, again, showing that this time is valued, and like, we get to do that. I really don't think kids are as expensive in the ways people think they are. Let's go with that. They're not expensive in the ways people think they are. For a couple grand, me and my kids get to do all, like, it covers most of our activities for the year. What, amusement park pass is $100 per, let's say per person. The gym membership is the most expensive thing. And like, we're in here all the time. Other than that, we're doing normal, we walk to get groceries. We walk to the movie theater, we walk to the parade, we just walk and hang out. It's to do stuff that we was already about to do anyway. I would think where people get in their head is like, you know, driving this and that, but like if you're choosing where you can, if you can't do it in a different mindset, yeah, it's gonna cost. You're gonna pay for convenience. Here, the lack of convenience pays for itself. And that's a different mindset to get in. The lack of convenience ends up paying for itself in ways that would be difficult to pay for. Again, unprompted, daughter sends touching Thanksgiving note. Because we get to spend that time. We spend it. I spend it with her gladly. Not sitting in traffic frustrated about this. We're active on the move, viewing the world, hanging out, doing normal, just typical stuff. But it's time. It's time we don't have to complain about. Even when it's cold out, we'll bundle up and we will go hit the street. And we'll get to play. We'll get to hang out. We'll get to spend time. And it costs next to nothing. A little bit of effort. We come to the gym. We get to spend time. We have, again, the amusement park passes. So like, people are like, don't you get tired of waiting in lines? We're there so often we don't know what lines are. Then once we actually went, it was weird. It was the off season too. We went during off season. The lines were around the corner, but we run into them so rarely. It's like, whatever, we're still here hanging out, having a good time. It's nothing new to us. Some people need to have the new experiences, but it's like, dog, if you go out at night, you look up, the scenery changes constantly. We still do that weird thing where you pick out animals in the clouds in the sky or whatever. You get to see the leaves change, all that stuff. Sometimes you see people out walking around that you might not know, might know. We go to the park, couple balls, some jinx. They work out with me. They come to work out with me. They come to do things. Self-care, physical fitness, kids' finance is fun. I can tackle 3 of those priorities doing the same thing. And they get to be with me. And they get to learn about that. And like, I get it. I get the thought process, yes. Especially in terms of convenience, it's gonna cost. But if you can think outside the box, some of what you're spending is gonna be worth way more than what you're actually getting out of it. Just things to think about. This is what happened to work for me. Again, even through the midst of failures. Whatever my tracks led me have continued to guide me in the proper path that I am running towards with anybody that would want to keep up and come with me. The train's on the track, it don't stop. We in motion, baby. And like, I'm grateful to have that for myself. Life is gonna cost you. I heard somebody saying that, you know, it's ridiculous that we should have to go to work at a job to make money so that we could just go to a store just to get food. How many of you have actually grown any produce? And if you have, you would understand the effort and attention that would need to go into that. The mindset that people often have, I feel the convenience of it takes away from how appreciative you really should be. I'm so eternally grateful and lucky to have continued to fail up Because I'll keep trying. I will keep chugga, 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 chugga. I will keep being that little engine that could. And I'm overly joyed to watch that in my children. Whether they choose to be Voldemort or Harry Potter, I don't know, they got to figure out their own adversity. But adversity, there is a measure of value in that if you allow yourself to escape the victimization of it. This is America. This is when, this is like running water. Great, chlorine, fluoride versus disease in sewage in the water. Pick one. Be happy that it's the lesser of two evils. Sometimes it's gonna be that. Unless you also have the option to go where it is least convenient and establish it for your own. You have that choice. Appreciate that you have that choice. Insane amounts of value. Overly appreciative. Hopefully any of this makes sense. I encourage you to all get out and play. Enjoy the Garden of Eden. Because it's really here. All you gotta do is look for it and see it. And on that note, Wedgie's out.